Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass and herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is where? In itself on the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good.
I come from a big family. I'm talking 2.2 billion members type of big, because that's how many people identify themselves as Christians on this earth. I have brothers and sisters whom I've never met, yet we connect through one bloodline. When Jesus carried his cross to Calvary, his fresh wounds left a bloodline behind, and vegetation burst from the same dirt that was stained with sacrifices. From those stained stems that trees grew, and I was able to trace back my roots. A place for young plants to be nurtured and nursed is called a nursery. They cannot grow or stand tall on their own unless they're safe and in good soil. The gardener soils his pants because he's on his knees praying and planting seeds. He's a protector of his property. He's guarding his garden, keeping the devourer out and keeping his guard in. He makes sure they receive the nutrients they need and never cared if he got a little dirty. I love palm trees. I've held palm leaves in the palms of my hands. I handled the leaves with delicacy. I knew that even as a part of their roots, yet apart from their roots, these leaves had life. But my favorite tree is my ancestry. Premeditated plans of protection were planted by a pair of parents to the parents of parents made apparent through prayer. They made sure we were covered by the canopies of covenant love. My ancestors learned life lessons led all the way down to my brother and sisters. They created a forest of love for us, working fields so we could feast. They never stopped for rest. The foundation was fertilized by faith and not by sight. It's only now that I see the dreams birth that they conceive with fertile eyes. God was their plan A, so they never needed a plan B. The morning after would reveal Lamentations 3:23, new mercies. We never lacked in nutrients. I've seen stems rise in the same place where the life of a new tree ends. That's why I stay close to my family tree. No matter how far we branch out, we will always stick together. But you irritate me with the way you make me laugh when I'm mad. I can't keep a straight face around you, and you always keep it straight with me. How you love to sing off key looking crazy, and yet I still choose to sing along with you when we go out. People always say we look alike, but we never see it. I'm starting to think they mean we look alike in spirit, and when I'm lost in the jungle of my thoughts, you are the vines I swing from, the Tarzan to my animal kingdom. If I got rid of you, I'd probably stop breathing, because God made sure that I could not live without you. You provide oxygen for my lungs, and you take in my CO2 toxins of sin when I was in and out of seasons of drought. You were patient with my wildlife. We've gone through some tough times, like when we were surrounded by weeds, and by definition, weeds are wild plants growing where they are not wanted. When we need you to cut the weeds out of our woods, you didn't just give them a trim, you uprooted the whole problem. That's why some trees who were with us before have been cut down to clear space for new foundations, and some people who were with us before have been cut out to make space for new relations. You are the olive leaf in the dove's beak that Noah sent from his ark, evidence that when the floodwaters cease, God will always keep his promise to provide. Eventually, I found out that family isn't defined by how well you fit into my genes, whether I find you in the pedigree of my leaves as an extension of my ancestry. But I found that when I'm in the woods, surrounded by the wilderness of the world, I hear songs of thanksgiving from birds who've made nests in your open arms, your branches extending as if to welcome wandering and wondering foreigners trying to find where they fit in place wherever you are. They call you home. Casting shadows from the sunlight, I always saw glimpses of the sun's light peek through your gaps. He filled every area that you thought you lacked, the silhouette of your spine, dips and bends. I can see the features of your labor running through your body. Your rings gave away your age. I knew that you'd never stop growing because you never grew tired of keeping the family together. Some threatened our journey, grasped weapons like blades of grass gathered at our feet, but no weapon formed against us ever chopped down this family tree. And when the seasons changed and the winter came and we had no more leaves to cover the private parts of our heart like Adam and Eve, we were exposed, and our only hope was to be clothed by God. The first command he gave the man and the woman was to be fruitful and multiply. We learned that family is defined by the fruit you bring forth from your obedience: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, the kind of fruit that never spoils, watered by his word, pleasing in his eyes, and good for food. Family is about spending your life looking for ways to say I love you without actually using words, sticking together through the cold weather so that everyone can reap when it's time to harvest. Check the condition of your tree. Strengthen the members that seem to be weak. Forgive for any unfruitful seasons and rake away any dead leaves. And most importantly, a family that keeps God firm in its roots will always bear fruit that is prosperous, and that fruit will be used to prosper us. Amen.